Okay, there we go. Now we have audio. I don't know why it did that. That's fun. Okay, anyway, good afternoon, everyone. It's me, Lindell. We are back with more Final Fantasy XIV New Game Plus today. My mic is working now, which is great. Love to have that happen. Hello, Lena. Wonderful to see you. Welcome, welcome. You missed our audio snafu at the start, so that's great. Okay, without further ado, let's jump over to the game screen because we are gonna start on patch 3.1 today, I believe, is what we're working on. So we have story to do, which I'm very, very excited for, because today I'm pretty sure we get introduced to one of the best characters in the game, Miss Kryl Baldessian herself, who is fantastic, and I love her a lot. Anyway, how's everyone's day been so far? We're out to dinner tonight, sadly, so you'll miss the back half, but happy to be catching some of it. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know how much we're gonna do. My thought is still like probably one patch per stream, just to not have more 9-hour Final Fantasy XIV streams. We'll see how it goes. Okay. Heavensward Part 3. Though it came at great cost, the heroes have triumphed over the Archbishop on the floating continent of Azisla, thereby breaking the cycle of conflict between man and dragon. Yet a millennium... Oh, game is a tad loud? Okay. How's that? Is that a little better? How's that sounding? Overpowering or like still a bit better? Okay. How about here? Yet a millennium of war is not soon ended, and in the wake of the Warrior of Light's return, the nation of Ishgard was left trembling, the faith of her people shaken to the very core. A lot better? Okay, cool. Let's start this chapter. Pretty sure it has it starting at Forthall Manor, maybe? It does, yes. What's up, Alfino? How's Triggs? An uncertain future. Fortuitous timing as always, Dragonfruit. Tataru was about to brief me on the search for our missing comrades. If you would be so kind, then? Absolutely. You'll be pleased to hear that Riol and his men have been making excellent progress. You remember how Flamine helped me to escape the Crystal Braves in Linsa Laminsa, only to then disappear? Well, according to Riol, she crept aboard a ship bound for Radz-at-Han, where she's been hiding ever since. He assures me that it won't be long before we're reunited. As for Ida and Papalimo, the remains of their link pearls have been found, and in Pearl Lane of all places. Riol thinks they must have disposed of them after escaping from the Royal Promenade. Yes, that would make sense. They could not risk being eavesdropped upon by our betrayers. We're all but certain they fled the city shortly after, though we still don't have a clue where they went. I see. And what of Thancred and Minfilia? I'm afraid I have nothing new to share about those two. But it's not all doom and gloom. The good news is we've enlisted the services of a Sharlayan scholar, one of the students of Baldessian, to aid in the search, who should be arriving any day now. One of the students, you say? I should very much like to meet this scholar, if time permits. But first we must attend to a more pressing matter. Sir Emmerich has summoned the two of us for a private audience. The messenger did not specify what he wished to discuss, only that it was urgent. Assuming you have no objections, Dragonfruit, I suggest we proceed to the congregation forthwith. Oh yeah, you forget that's why we originally hired her? Yeah! And mayhap we can meet with the scholar afterwards. Agreed? In that case, I think I'll return to the Forgotten Knight for now. Things are liable to fall apart if I'm gone too long, you know? Okay. Time to go talk to our Knight Captain bestie. Who is now in the unfortunate position of ruling over Ishgard. The Lord Commander is within. Pray proceed, miss. Hi, Emmerich. We still haven't found your boyfriend. Sorry about that.
Thank you for coming. I wish to speak with you both in a place where privacy was assured.
We quite understand. What was it that you wished to discuss?
With my father's passing, the seat of the Archbishop lies vacant. And so, in accordance with canon law, I have assumed his responsibilities.
Congrats on your papacy,
I
buddy.
should stress that this is a temporary measure. It was never intended that the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights serve in this capacity indefinitely. Quite the opposite. The statutes specify that I should surrender my powers as soon as a conclave of the senior clergy and the high houses have named a new archbishop. But in light of recent events, that would not seem appropriate.
He already sounds so pissed about it. Look.
I confess I did not expect you to divulge quite so much quite so soon.
You know, sometimes you
Details
end
of
up
the
in a position you don't want to be in.
plans, perhaps, but the true origin of the war and all it entails?
I would not want to rule over Ishgard.
I too had concerns. But when the Warrior of Light is witnessed returning to the capital upon the back of a dragon, one's options are rather limited.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Emmerich.
Mayhap I could have concealed certain details, but for how long? And at what risk? Should the truth have come to light in the meantime, how would the people have viewed my silence? After 1,000 years of lies and secrecy, I could not well abuse their trust and hope to be believed. The time for deception has passed.
Good policy.
I only wish the people agreed. That some would deny the truth I had anticipated, but not this many. And among the few who acknowledged that my father had to be stopped, no small number question our methods.
If they suspect a coup, it will not be long before some turn to violence.
I think the methods were fine. There was very little wrong with the
It has
methods,
already
honestly.
begun, and that on both sides.
The literal
Men and
opposite of
women for
Bellabog.
cloth are being harassed in the streets.
Yeah, none of
Some
this
have even been
conceal
assaulted in the
everything to
broom.
keep the peace bullshit.
Hilda and her people have formed a watch to help us maintain order. But such measures will not prevent the unrest from spreading.
For all our talk of peace, the people remain frightened and confused. For their sake, we must bring the Dragonsong War to a definitive end.
So call your boyfriend and tell him to stop being a dragon.
And we should be glad to help you, Sir Emmerich. But what precisely would you have us do?
We wish to treat with the dragons of Annex Trine. To that end, I would trouble you for an escort and an introduction.
Oh, that's this patch. Okay. This is gonna be good.
Annex Trine? You would speak with Vidofnir then?
We must needs open a dialogue between our peoples. Acting as my representative, Lucia will extend an invitation to their leader, that she might visit us here in Ishgard. Were she still with us, I would of course have beseeched Isel's assistance in this matter. But as she is not, I must ask that you aid us in her stead. Will you do us this favor?
Sure. Will there be free drinks? I do love feasts and banquets and dinners of all kind.
Thank you, my friends. Lucia, I leave the rest to you.
Look, we have not yet learned to be incredibly distrustful of any time food is offered to us in this game.
In the wake of the Archbishop's fall, the nation of Ishgard trembled, the faith of her people shaken to its very core. For 1,000 years had they fought and died, certain of the justice of their cause, only to be told that their holy war was born of the sins of their forefathers. What then for those brave men and women, thus stripped of their righteousness but to despair, to deny the truth and decry its speakers?
We're not in a Realm Reborn anymore. We got that quality
And what then for
post-content.
those whom they defamed but to hope on, to have faith in a brighter tomorrow? A tomorrow in which man and dragon might live together in harmony, then as distant as the very stars in the heavens.
Thank you for the head pat zap, so much appreciated. When Kato stream Pato, thank you.
Yet while we dared to hope, deep within his lair the enemy lay, gathering his strength. Nidhogg, now possessed of his 2 eyes and the body of the Azure Dragoon, prizes to which he had laid claim at the very hour of the hero's triumph.
Hi, Estinian. You don't look so good, bud.
As desperately as we sought the solace of peace, the great worm craved the misery of war. Nor was he alone in his misbegotten desire.
Well, let's do side view only for the dragons. They got that, like, bald eagle face going on. I know little of the lands these dragons call home, this annexed shrine. Had you not agreed to escort me, the coming journey would seem a far more daunting prospect. I confess, I myself once shuddered at the thought of it. Yet even the longest journey begins with the first step, does it not? Ah, but ere we set forth, the Dragonfruit and I must needs inform our comrade of our plans. Very well. I shall see to my preparations. Then let us go and bid farewell to Tataru, Dragonfruit. Alrighty, time to go see the girly. She is back in the pub. So, what was your secret meeting about? I'm all ears. A diplomatic mission to annex Trine, you say? Well, I suppose that does take precedence. But should your meeting with Vidofnir happen to end early, you might consider rendezvousing with Y'shtola in Edelshire. She'll be there to receive our guest. Don't get me wrong, your meeting with the dragons is terribly important and everything, but this scholar just happens to be... Time permitting, as I said. We shall endeavor to join Y'shtola, but if we cannot, pray pass on our regards. Let us be off, Dragonfruit. We've kept the first commander waiting long enough. Oh, but Alfino, you're gonna want to know who it is. You all ready then? Good. So am I. Breaking the cycle. The path is long but known to us. From Falcon's Nest we shall cross the Western Highlands and make for Tailfeather in the Dravanian Forelands. There we can stop to rest and replenish our supplies. Questions? If not, then the stables await. No, it's pretty straightforward. Okay, Tailfeather. Onward we go. I always imagined that the first time I set foot upon Dravanian soil would be at the head of an army, and here I am, ready to treat with the brothers and sisters of mine enemies. Full well do I know how difficult it can be to set aside the past. Though it was I who first proposed recruiting Izael to our cause, I questioned the wisdom of my words almost as soon as I had uttered them, and for a long time after that. Here was a woman with the blood of innocence on her hands. Men, women, children, all slain in the name of the implacable Lady Iceheart. Yet she acknowledged her misdeeds and agreed to join us in common cause. At our side, she fought in service to that greater good, even under her dying breath. And while that does not absolve her of her sins, I hope that one day she will be remembered not merely as a heretic, but as a misguided soul who dreamt of peace. You ask much, Master Alfino. Yet who can say what might come to pass, should our negotiations bear fruit? So weird that he has this whole bit and then, post Stormblood. Yeah. Yes, of course. We must press on to Annex Shrine, if you will follow me. Okay. Time to go talk to our dragon friend at Annex Shrine. Nope. Far too large for these little hallways. Okay. Hi, Vidofnir. Thou art ever welcome here, friend of Izael. But this one I do not know. Pray forgive us this unannounced visit, Vidofnir. May I present to you Lucia, first commander of the Temple Knights of Ishgard, and our trusted friend. It is an honor to meet you, Vidofnir. I am come as an envoy of Sir Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights and acting leader of the Holy See. Indeed, you may speak, knight. For 1,000 years, man and dragon have been locked in an endless cycle of bloodshed and sorrow. To our shame, we long believed your kin to be the architects of this war. But now we know the truth, that King Thordan and his Knights 12 did willfully betray and murder the great worm Ratatoskr, shattering the peace between our peoples. For 1,000 years, our leaders conspired to conceal this truth, a truth which was at last laid bare by the Warrior of Light, the Azure Dragoon, and Izael. Alas, a deception so intricately wrought cannot be undone in a moment, and our people labor to accept the truth. After an eternity of war, who would dare to dream that peace could at last be within our grasp? Yet dream we must, as Izael once did, and we must make that dream a reality as she could not. We humbly beseech you, Vidofnir, join hands with us in friendship once more, before the eyes of my people in Ishgard. A most unexpected invitation. I have heard your request, knight. However, I cannot yet give you mine answer. May I ask why? This matter concerneth my sire. He must needs be consulted. Moreover, the Nath grow bold even as they did before, and I would not leave my people at the mercy of the swarm. Then we will wait. After 1,000 years at war, we shall not give up on peace for want of patience. Fear not, knight, thou shalt have my answer within thy lifeline. Lifetime. I can read properly, promi. So soon? My humble thanks. I shall bear your words to my lord forthwith. Until we meet again. So, was that the answer you wanted, Alfino? Given the circumstances, I would say that went rather well. To be frank, I'm surprised our proposal was not rejected outright. Whether aught will come of it remains to be seen, however. Mayhap I should take this opportunity to speak with some of the other dragons. But you need not wait for me. The return journey holds no fears for me now. Well, if you have no further need of our services, we shall continue on to Sharlayan. We hope to welcome a scholar who has agreed to aid us in the search for our missing comrades. Then I pray your journey is as swift and uneventful as ours was. And thank you again for sparing the time to assist us, even when such grave matters remain unresolved. I can think of no graver matter than a 1,000-year war, one which our friends gave their lives to see ended. Suffice it to say, I would willingly make 1,000 such journeys to ensure that their sacrifice was not in vain. Of that I have no doubt, Master Alfino. I only hope the fates will not hold you to your word. You got a lot of traveling in your future, my guy. Sorry to say. Another time, another place. Yes, it's girly time. So, it would seem we have time to greet this scholar after all. How delightful. I shall be interested to hear how she means to go about finding Minfilia and Thancred. I can only assume she is privy to some new investigative technique. In any event, our first order of business is to rendezvous with Y'shtola in Edelshire. Let's go! Hi, Y'shtola! Ah, dragon fruit. 'Tis good to see you. I confess, I had assumed your business in Annex Trine would detain you longer. Did your meeting with Bidofnir go well? As well as can be expected. She must discuss Sir Emmeric's proposal with Fresvelger, of course, but she seemed amenable to the suggestion. What of our Sharlayan guest? Has she arrived yet? She has, but when I explained that you would be joining us, she asked if she might use the intervening time to explore. I agreed to meet her outside on Front Bridge. We should be on our way. Let's go meet a scholar. There she is! Hi, Kryle.
I'm terribly, terribly sorry to have kept you all waiting.
You need not apologize. We arrived but a moment ago ourselves. Pray, allow me to introduce Kryle, who has recently come from the Sharlayan motherland.
Yeah, it's
She has
Kryle
generously
time.
offered to assist us.
Love that girly.
Oh, please, think nothing of it. A trip to Eorzea was long overdue. You must be the Warrior of Light. Yes, you certainly do look the part. A pleasure to meet you at last, miss.
That's me.
And who is that I spy but young Alphino Levieux himself? I dare say someone's grown an ilm or two in my absence. Or are those lifts in your boots?
Get him, Kryle.
We, Miss Kryle and I met at the Studium years ago. I shall forever
Both,
be indebted
yep.
to her for her sage guidance.
It was no small task keeping him out of trouble, believe you me. The youngest ever to enter the Studium, him and his sister, 11-year-old prodigies. Suffice it to say, social graces were not among his list of talents. Striding up to his seniors on his first day, head held high. What was it he said again?
Yes.
Thank you, Kryl.
Do tell us, Kryl.
For what? I haven't finished yet. Would you care to attempt a more dexterous deflection?
I love her.
Mayhap we should save this delightful conversation for a more fitting occasion, when pressing matters do not demand our undivided attention.
A bit much, but better. I can tell you have been putting your skills to use here in Eorzea. Henceforth, I trust you will dazzle me with your eloquence at the first time of asking. Right, on to more pressing matters. Finding Minfilia and the other missing scions.
Yes.
I gather you have new information to share with us.
A new approach, actually. Tataru recounted the tale of your escape, and it gave me an idea. Simply put, assuming Thancred left some manner of trail when you whisked him away, as is almost always the case with teleportation magics, I am confident I can find and follow it.
Then what are you waiting for?
The wherewithal to do it. The fact is, my abilities aren't quite up to the task. Not in themselves, anyway. If I had Master Matoya's crystal eye, on the other hand...
Then let us all call on her forthwith.
Oh, and we
I
get
think it best
Matoya
you
this
explain
patch.
your plan to her in person.
Truly a gift. Alrighty. Speak with Kryl outside Matoya's cave. Once again, my zone weather luck is holding steady. It's dark and overcast. I don't think we actually have any dungeons or trials this patch. Anti-tower, I want to say, is 3-2. Hi, Kryl. You did say we were headed for a cave, did you not? Because I certainly don't see a cave nearby. Is Master Matoya meeting us on the way or something? The Eye of the Beholder. I have heard many stories of Master Matoya, some quite flattering, others less so. Rest assured they are all true. This way, and have care where you tread. Back into the cave. Hi, Matoya.
Oh. Is that trouble I smell? Or did you forget to wipe your boots on the way in?
Forgive us, Master Matoya. We will be sure to wipe them on the way out. And may I say how glad I am that age has not yet deprived you of your senses.
Ever so quick-witted, aren't we? To the detriment of your manners. Well, out with it then. What do you want?
Pray, allow me to introduce myself, Master Matoya. I am Kryl, of the students of Baldessian. I hope you will excuse our unannounced visit.
Baldessian, you say? Oh, yes. The old coot set up shop on the Isle of Val, didn't he?
Regrettably, our Order's headquarters and the Isle itself were obliterated by a magic of immense power. I have the blessing of light to thank for my own preservation.
Croyle, you too possess the Echo.
Another migraine buddy.
Well, yes, of course I do. Our Order is devoted to uncovering the mysteries of Hydaelyn and interpreting her will, particularly through the study of her gift to us. It was in the course of these studies that I met and subsequently befriended Minfilia. She and I have rather a lot in common.
I had no idea.
You weren't supposed to. Not that I wanted to deceive you, you understand, but precautions had to be taken.
Yes, yes, that's all well and good, but you still haven't told me why you're here.
The students
You
of
gotta use your
Cardassian
crystal
are
ball,
gone,
please.
and there is naught I can do to change
Also,
that.
ad starting in about a minute,
But
chat.
the signs of the Seventh Dawn can yet be restored, and my dear friend found. You have in your possession an ancient crystal of light, one you call your crystal eye. I believe I can use it to focus my abilities and locate one of the missing scions.
And there I was, thinking you might want to make use of my years of experience. Oh, wait here.
Long did I ponder the nature of this crystal and its familiar radiance. But never did I suspect it was a crystal of light.
Oh, it's time to ponder an orb, baby.
On the cusp of an umbral calamity, souls blessed with the power of the Echo invariably appear. To aid these, her chosen warriors, Hydaelyn bequeaths to each a slither of her strength in the form of a crystal of light. But as her strength wanes, so too does the potency of her gifts. This crystal, born of an earlier era, is infused with a power far greater than those of this age.
You could travel the length and breadth of the land and not find a crystal even a fraction as pure. Its value is beyond measure, as are the risks inherent in its use.
No two manifestations of the Echo are alike. I, for example, can converse with beings of every shape and size, excepting beasts, contrary to what others would have you believe. Language has nothing to do with it, of course. Rather, I am sensitive to the whispers of the soul, their intent, their very essence even, the traces of which serve to guide the elementals to Y'shtola. Far-fetched though it may sound,
Hello,
I believe that
Mercury.
with your
Welcome,
crystal
welcome.
eye, I may be able to pick up where they left off and
Hope you're
follow
having
the
a good
remaining
Friday
trail
so
to
far.
Thancred. That is, if I have your permission.
Well, the poor sod's not going to find himself. So, as long as you don't drop it or take it out of my sight, you may do with it what you will.
Thank you, Master Matoya. Then let us begin.
Oh, I'm just now remembering what all the Thancred cutscenes are going to entail this patch, so that's fun.
From the Black Shroud, the trail continues to the north and west.
Is good. You
Towards
have
a
escaped from a
mountain,
tower of reports for now.
foot of
Congratulations
Song
on your
Al.
escape.
It was a near thing, but he was not deposited within the rock. I think.
Well, that's good.
The hunters of Tailfeather know those lands well. I say we begin our search there.
Okay, back to Tailfeather. I am doing well. I'm glad to be making some more progress in 14 again. Since we kind of dropped it for a little bit after we went hard on 16 for a while. But we will be doing more of this in the coming weeks. Were I to find myself in an unfamiliar wilderness, my first instinct would be to seek out signs of civilization. Ordinarily, perhaps, but in his wounded state, he may not have wished to risk contact with strangers of unknown allegiance. Yet even had Thancred chosen to remain in the forest, the hunters would surely have stumbled across his trail. Tailfeather doesn't strike me as an isolated outpost, though. Merchants and traders pass through reasonably regularly, do they not? In which case, we'll need to provide a more detailed description when we question the locals. Fear not, Kryl. I have already prepared several sketches of Thancred for that very purpose. This is impressive. You drew him from memory? A skill I acquired some years ago for reasons I no longer remember. I propose we split into 2 pairs. Y'shtola and I will inquire at the outlying encampments, while Dragonfruit and Kryl question the residents of Tailfeather. Afterwards, we shall regroup near Loth Astavath and share our findings. Assuming there are no objections, let us be about it. Bye, Alphino. My, he certainly has matured, hasn't he? Hard to imagine he once was a boy who practiced drawing for hours to impress young ladies. Anyway, we'd best get started. Find me when you've finished making your rounds. Hello, have you seen this man? Searching for a friend of yours? Let's have a look then. Alphino's sketch. A surprisingly accurate depiction of the missing Thancred, suggesting that Alphino may have mistaken his life's calling. No, ain't seen him around. Sorry. Marchand, have you seen him? You know where this lad is? What's that you've got there? A sketch? Can't say I know the face. You say he's something of a warrior. I heard a tale the other day about a Huron vagabond who brought down a bandersnatch by himself, and with style. The way they tell it, he was dancing with the beast like it was the bell of the bleeding ball. Sound like your man? Yes, that sounds like something Thancred would do 1000%. A Huron man? We're not exactly rare, you know. Could you be more specific? I did spy this one bloke a while back. Didn't get a good look at his face, but it could have been him. This was beyond the forest, as I recall, along the river to the west of Tailfeather. I remember thinking he wasn't much of a hunter. The lad was making no effort to cover his tracks, see? That, and he was carrying an axe instead of a bow. Finished? In that case, I think we've learned everything we can here. Let's see what the others have found out. My apologies for our late arrival. We thought it wise to question as many hunters as we could. Many have made camp in inaccessible locations, ideal for hunting game, not so receiving visitors. Nevertheless, our time proved well spent. There have been countless sightings of an exceptionally capable Huron hunter with whom no one is familiar. Though none chanced to see the man's face, his height and build match Thancred's description, as does his fighting prowess. So you have heard the same tales. Be that as it may, we yet want for conclusive proof. Mayhap this is unrelated, but I heard a curious tale regarding a Vath trader. He came to Tailfeather in search of garments fit for a man of refinement, which seemed a rather curious description for one of his kind. You are implying that Thancred sent a Vath to market in his stead. Why would he not go himself? Well, if you recall, you yourself emerged from the livestream as naked as your name day. It is a scene I shall never forget. Alfino. Is it now? Well, I was pleased to see you. I mean, it was a simple statement of fact. It stands to reason that Thancred found himself in the same predicament. In any case, if he had dealings with the Vath, they should be able to tell us, no? Quite right, Quile. Quite right, Kryle. Quite right. I can read, I promise. A little slow, a little late. Oh! Oh, do we get to meet who I think we do this patch? Well, what are we waiting for? For all we know, Thancred could be waiting for us in Lothast Vath. We must go and see the Vath right away. Come along, everyone. Come along. Speak with the Vath storyteller. Hi, have you seen our friend? Great hunters, we welcome you once more to Lothast Vath. What do you seek this day? We seek a man with whom we are told you may have had certain dealings. How curious. The hunters tire of godly sport and pursue mortal prey? No, he's not prey, but a friend long missing. Good. He is a friend to the Vath as well, one with whom we have traded many times. Truly? And you are quite certain it was this man? There is no doubt. The fleshling clothed in skins came to us from Somal, lost and weak. He offered meat and hides in trade, and in exchange we tended his wounds. He brought us much flesh, so skilled a hunter he was. Much flesh. When he asked for garments, we were glad to provide them. And where is he now? Gone to Lothast Nath, not long ago, when he heard the One Mind had summoned our god once more. Ravana is returned? Vidofnir did say that the Nath had grown as before, but what could Thancred hope to accomplish by himself? Honored Elder, we thank you for your help. Would that we could repay this kindness ere we depart, but we must hasten to our comrade's side. Go, great hunters, lest the Nath claim him as a sacrifice. Proceed to Lothast Nath, defeating any foes who stand in your way. I can definitely do that. Hello, foes? None of that, actually. It might be time to see our boy.
Who else could be? Thancred. It could be Thancred. We must hurry.
Let's go. Yes, it's my boy, Ardbart. Thank you for the hearts, Mercury. Our mans is here. Hello, friends. Another migraine pal.
This day, we reclaim the reins of history. This day, we rid ourselves of the Ascians forever.
Fools playing at heroes, all of you. Is this how you believe you can save your world?
We can and we will, Ascian. You shall see. Or perhaps you will not.
Hello, Sage. Welcome. You came at a very good time. We are meeting the man. Yeah, you did come in at a great time.
So you are the warrior of light. The savior of Eorzea.
Yeah, that's me.
It's a wonder you didn't come sooner. What with the primal and all. Lost a step, have we?
Have care. The ether moves strangely around him.
It would seem we share a common enemy. Mayhap you would tell us who you are.
Shall we show them?
Oh? Oh no! Stola! Cat got bonked. This makes you feel so many things. Uh-huh. Yup. Hi, Thancred. Our boy. Yeah, he's here in his crustpunk era. The world's ugliest rat tail. Also, damn, they upped the fight choreography a good bit in this patch.
Not very sporting of you to interrupt, but so be it. Mark well our faces, warrior of light, for we are the warriors of darkness, walkers of a different path, and we shall meet again.
I love y'all so much.
Warriors of Darkness? Really?
I know, Quile, I said the same thing.
Thancred!
Hi,
Are you
Thancred.
alright?
Congrats on the not being dead.
Pleasantries can wait. I'd rather not be here when the Nath arrive. Agreed?
Suffice it to say, our reunion was not at all as I pictured it. Waiting until the last instant to join the fray. 'Tis plain you have not lost your appetite for the dramatic.
That is who he is, yes.
My appetite for the dramatic. Have you forgotten the circumstances of our parting? The heroic last stand, the tunnel filling with light, and then... Had I known you intended to use forbidden magics to deliver me to some god's forsaken wilderness, I would have thanked you in advance.
Thancred.
If nothing else, you might have warned me that I would emerge from the live stream in the Altogether. Eventually, I managed to fashion knives from some obsidian I found, and set about hunting for meat and hides. Given that I'm
Thank you,
not all
Nutkin.
that skilled in leatherworking, it's probably for the best that I met the Vath before I was reunited with you.
So you were the fleshling clothed in skins of whom the storyteller spoke?
A description which fit
Yeah,
me
that's him.
as ill as the skins themselves. Happily, I was able to trade with the Vath for garments better becoming a man of refinement. From them, I learned of Ravana, and of the great warrior who had once laid him low.
And thence did you conclude that were you to track the Primal's movements, it would surely bring you into contact with the Scions once more.
It seemed a reasonable assumption. I could think of no one else with your enthusiasm for slaying beastmen gods. Until now, that is.
Ah, yes. The self-proclaimed Warriors of Darkness. 'Tis only fitting that they stand in opposition to the Warrior of Light, I suppose.
I glimpsed the leaders past, if only for a moment. They were confronting a man in black. An Ascian, I think.
If these warriors are capable of doing battle with Ascians and Primals both, they must be possessed of powerful protection. Protection not unlike the Echo.
Dreams of the Lost. Blessed with the power of the Echo and driven to put down primals. Despite his declaration that they walk a different path, I struggle to see how their goals conflict with ours. Nor is that the only oddity. I find it passing strange that such exceptional individuals should have wholly escaped our notice until now. Surely we would have heard rumors and attempted to recruit them to our cause. I recall no such adventurers, and I would not soon forget their like, nor would any of us, I think. One of our primary duties was to scour the city-states for promising candidates, which is how Thancred found dragon fruit. Ah, the memories. It seems like only yesterday that you slew your first primal. Speaking of which, I had the distinct impression that it was not the first time that band of merry men and women had killed a god. I labor to believe that a band of preternaturally gifted adventurers has been traveling the land, slaying primals without our knowledge. It would imply gross negligence on our part. I mean, we did have the whole Crystal Braves thing happen. That was also a little bit negligent. Speculation will avail us not. There is far too much we do not know. For the present, we must needs concentrate on what we do know, namely that Lord Ravana is no more. Vidofnir must be informed. The news may render her more receptive to Sir Emmeric's invitation. Since you seem to have affairs here well in hand, I shall take my leave. Simply being in the vicinity of this colony is giving me a stinking headache. If you have need of me, I shall be with Master Matoya. I would beg her assistance with the search for Minfilia. Wait, Minfilia is missing? I thought she escaped with dragonfruit. I shall explain on the road. Much has happened in your absence. I am now remembering the reason that we go to the Anti-Tower, and that's gonna hurt me. Hi, Vidofnir. I had not thought to see thee again so soon, mortal. If thou seekest the night, know that she hath long since departed for Ishgard. My thanks, Vidofnir, but it was not for her that we came. We bring good tidings for you and yours. Lord Ravana, who had been summoned by the Nath, has again been laid low. Truly. Once more you mortals have succeeded where my own kind did fall. You have our deepest thanks. Would that we could take credit. The god fell by another's hand. Another? Revelation upon revelation. Regardless, it is cause for celebration. The Nath will have no choice but to withdraw. But to another matter, I have tidings for thee as well. Regarding the Ishgardian's invitation. As promised, I brought the matter to my sire. Hearken to his answer now. For 1,000 years have I mourned my beloved, who gave her life to forge a peace thy king betrayed. Such was my lot until a child of Ishgard came unto me. For want of warmth she wrapped herself in a dream, yet the world will remember her deeds. For truth she fought, for justice she sinned. For redemption, she sacrificed and became as light. To follow one's heart, to have faith in one's convictions, be it for weal or be it for woe. Such is the folly and the glory of man, and of dragon. He hath entrusted the choice to us, and we have made it. We will keep faith with you who walk in the light. And then you accept Sir Emmeric's invitation. Let it be known that I, Vidofnir, shall journey unto Ishgard on behalf of my people. We are honored to receive your answer, and will convey your words to our allies without delay. It is happening, Isael. Would that you were here to see it.
Even as the Scions celebrated the return of a long-lost friend, honorable men plotted to deprive them of another.
Oh, buddy.
Honorable men, to whom Sir Emeric was no hero, but a scheming patricide.
Ooh. Not ideal. Ad starting in about a minute, chat.
Honorable men, who would fain wash the paving stones of foundation with the tyrant's
Oops.
blood.
Uh-huh.
Honorable men, whose knife in the dark was the spark which set the city aflame, and who sang as it burned.
I guess an honest mistake. Sometimes the knife you have sticking straight forward in your midsection finds a home in someone else. It could happen to anyone. Hey, Alfino, how's things in the city? Good, I hope? Right, let us not keep Sir Emeric waiting. Are you quite well, Thancred? Yes, quite well. Forgive me. You've given me a rather lot to digest. This whole affair with the Ishgardians and the Dravanians, and our friends nowhere to be found. It would seem there is no end to our troubles. We can but face them head-on, one at a time. For now, we must apply ourselves to our allotted task and leave the others to theirs. Remember, Thancred, we found you as they found me. In time, we will find Ida and Papalimo and Minfilia as well. These troubles will soon be but a memory, one which we will look back on together. Pray do not misunderstand. I did not mean to imply that it would be otherwise. I merely wish that I had rejoined our grand adventure at one of its more triumphal moments. Despite your recent accomplishments, the mood here is rather less than celebratory. But I have no doubt that we will enjoy many more glorious victories soon enough, and you may rest assured that I will play my part in them to the very hilt. Great phrasing there, bud. I know you will. So then, to the congregation. Hi, Albert. You have returned. In this, at least, the fates are kind. Greetings, First Commander. It pleases me to inform you that Vidofnir has accepted Sir Emeric's invitation. She has. These are glad tidings indeed. Would that the Lord Commander were here to hear them. Ah, is he otherwise engaged? Aye, sleeping off a knife to the gut. What? What happened? Will he live? The Caerurgeons tell me he will make a full recovery. But had Lord Edmund and Lord Artois not been on hand when the assassin struck, he would not have been so fortunate. For a mercy, they subdued the fiend before he could land the telling blow. The attack was just the beginning, though. Not long after, buildings all around the city, including several of ours, burst into flame. Bastards caught us completely by surprise. We've been dousing the fires, but for every one we put out, it seems like 2 more start up. Casualties are mounting, especially in the Broom. 'Tis plain these fires were started by the assassin's conspirators. Until they've been rounded up, there will be no end to this. Will you help us find them? And then let us be about it. against the dying of the light. The flames are spreading. We must needs begin our investigation immediately. Witnesses must be found. Suspects must be identified. Have you been able to determine the precise locations where the fires were set? Mayhap there's a pattern. If there is, we have yet to discern it. Fires have been reported throughout the city, in both the pillars and foundation. Indeed, given the size of the area affected, I think it is best to divide our forces. Master Alfino and Mistress Y'shtola, I would have you take charge of the investigation in Foundation. As you wish. Mayhap Tataru can be of assistance as well. Me and Dragonfruit and me get the pillars. Oh, they'll like me up there. Only question is, will the grizzled old rogue striking a pose over there be joining us? Thancred, of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. And may I say, what a pleasure it is to meet you too, my lady. I'll bet. The name's Hilda. A Scion, eh? And there I was, thinking I'd found a fellow ruffian amongst all these illustrious personages. I will remain here to coordinate the fire-quenching effort. If you learn aught of value, pray inform me immediately. That is all. While we could begin by sifting through charred rubble and questioning random passerby, in my experience, every town has at least one individual who can be counted on to know things he or she should not. Oh aye, the infamous Lord Emmanuel de Forton, lover of women and wine, though neither care for him that much. They say he could gossip for Ishgard. Just the sort of fellow I had in mind. Capital suggestion, Dragonfruit. He'll be at the Crozier most likely, making an effort to be seen. So let's go and see him. Grizzled I will accept, but old? You gotta shave the beard, my guy. It's not working for you. Okay. Let's go speak with little Lord Elvanlane. Well, well, if it isn't Dragonfruit, dearest of all my friends. You're looking rather glum. Something the matter, old girl? Ah, yes, the arsons. Dreadful business, that. And awfully curious, wouldn't you say? There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to it at all. Naturally, we've doubled the guard outside the manor, along with most of the other houses. Can't have the old pile going up in flames, after all. Oh, in case you were wondering why the Hoplan is awash with refugees, the lower levels of the vault have been opened to those unfortunate souls who have lost their homes. Sir Emmerich's orders, from what I hear. Remarkable man. Not even a knife in the ribs can keep him from his duties. Actually, old girl, if you were thinking of questioning the refugees, I should be more than happy to accompany you to the Hoplon. While you conduct your inquiries, I could offer words of comfort to the distressed and despondent young maidens. Now you keep your ass here, in the markets, forever. Wait a moment. I know what that is. You're giving me one of your looks, aren't you? You do me an injustice, old girl. I will have you know my heart yearns for but one rose, prickly though she may be. I sense you remain unconvinced. Very well, if it will help to prove the purity of my intentions, I shall gracefully rescind my honor. My offer. Now run along and catch those arsonists. That was not entirely what I had hoped for. Whose idea was it to come here again? Never mind. For our next step, I suggest we divide our efforts. While you question the refugees in the Hoplon Dragonfruit, I shall investigate the locations where the fires were set. Would you be so good as to join me, Hilda? You know what? I reckon I would. Can't have you roaming about in an unfamiliar city by your lonesome, can we? You'd only get robbed blind and left shivering in your small clothes. Okay. Time to go question people. You there, priest. Do you know who started these fires? Come, my brothers and sisters. There is food and shelter enough for all in the Basilica. Alone's blessings be upon you, Father. I confess, we were not sure if we should come. There are so many unbelievable tales these days about the Archbishop and Sir Emmerich and the Dravanians. Trust in your heart, brother, and pay no heed to the lies of lesser men. They seek only to lead you astray. Important news, patch next Tuesday and there's a new puppy minion and he's very good. Yes, I've seen him from the new Criterion dungeon, which means that you have no more excuse to not do Criterion. Do you require succor as well, miss? So the Temple Knights have begun their investigation at last. Good. This madness has gone on far too long. Would that I could do something to aid you in your search, but I have a duty to these poor souls. Farewell, and may the Fury guide your steps. You know? Good. Run the damn dungeon. There was a man with a satchel. I saw him kneeling outside the window, and then there was smoke everywhere, and it was so hot and I couldn't breathe. I don't remember how I made it out. I suppose I must have climbed. Maybe my arm is getting better after all. Ours was one of the first homes to be claimed, but I didn't see how the fire began. It was only when I heard our neighbors shouting that I looked outside and saw the flames. We barely escaped with the clothes on our backs. Were it not for the church's generosity, I don't know what we'd do. Well, not particularly helpful, Thancred, but we did what you said. Ah, there you are. Anything to share? Huh. We will require more than the muddled testimony of a traumatized girl if we are to identify the culprits. While you were questioning the refugees, we inspected the scenes of several of the fires, including one near St. Remino's Cathedral and another near the Tribunal. For a mercy, neither structure suffered significant damage. Some might say they were spared by the grace of the Fury. Others might question how such ruthlessly efficient arsonists contrived to fail so miserably on the 2 occasions when their target was a bastion of Ishgardian orthodoxy. Nothing conclusive, of course, but it does give one cause to wonder. Alfino will doubtless have an opinion. Time to go talk to Alfino and the broom. Hi, buddy. How's that hunt for arsonists going? Did you get knifed in an alleyway? You didn't. That's a start. Silence will avail you not, sir. Ah, dragon fruit. I was just about to summon you. As you can see, we have detained a suspect. We found this man loitering near the remains of one of the stricken buildings. According to eyewitnesses, he was also present before the fires broke out. We wished to have words, he did not, so we insisted. Let me go, damn it, you've got the wrong man. My, but you reek of oil. And are those burns on your hands? An occupational hazard, I suppose. But tell me, does arson pay well? I'm a victim, you imbecile. Look at me. Aye, that you are, after a fashion. You should know that your pious patron has already spun us a delightful yarn about how his pet mongrel slipped the leash and set about burning half the city to the ground. Not very noble of him, I grant you, but then these highborn types rarely do show loyalty to their pets. In fact, he called you rabid and begged us to put you down. That's bollocks. He's the one who told me to keep going. Even a sinner such as me could find salvation in the Fury's work, he said. I'd left it behind, tried to with all my heart, said my prayers every day like a good man. But he came to me. He came to me. And there you have it, Hilda. Would you be so kind as to escort our friend here to the congregation? Aye, so long as you don't mind if he's limping when he gets there. That was incredible, Thancred. But how did you know he would confess? Well, I've seen his like before. A troubled soul manipulated by men of power and wielded as a weapon. I could not be certain, of course, but given the stakes, I thought it worth the risk. And if our captive had called your bluff? Must we entertain hypotheticals? The world as it is vexing enough. Thank you, Thancred. Whether by luck or judgment, we have at last confirmed that these arsons were orchestrated by a person or persons of influence. I think it best that we now return to the congregation and discuss how best to proceed. Back to Lycia. Hey, it was the church that did it. Shockingly. On behalf of the Holy See of Ishgard, I thank you all. The man you apprehended is being interrogated as we speak. Though he fell silent upon realizing that we had not turned his master, he will soon tell us what he knows, one way or another. Pardon the intrusion, First Commander. Ah, Lord Artoel. Are you come to see your father? He is attending Sir Emmerich in his chambers at present. I am. He bid me bring this salve. Then do not let me detain you, and thank you for your kindness, my lord. In times of trouble, every man must do his part. Would that I could do more. My lord Artorel did not seem to be in the best of spirits. 'Tis little wonder, Master Alfino. His father is widely slandered, and his half-brother not yet cold in the grave. He's having a rough month. As goes light, so goes darkness. That is our patch title quest.
I do not mean to diminish our accomplishments, but until we identify the ones who ordered the fires set, our work is far from finished.
Between the various conservative and religious factions in Ishgard, I dare say there's no shortage of parties who would like to see the status quo preserved. Do any likely suspects spring to mind?
Far too many to count.
Hi, Emmerich. Welcome back.
Lord Commander, your wounds.
Are healing well. Thank you. Time is of the essence. Lest we forget, these men would sooner put their own city to the torch than see it change. When our enemies learn that we have apprehended their arsonist, there is no telling how they will react.
Badly, I would think.
Lord Commander, an armed mob has seized control of the vault.
Yeah, badly.
And now we know. Tell us what happened, sir. Spare no detail.
We were directing refugees into the Basilica, as you ordered, when all of a sudden, men brandishing weapons were all around us. It happened so fast, my lord. We had no time to respond. They've taken the refugees hostage and barricaded themselves inside the vault.
And they sent you to deliver their demands.
They, the true brothers of the faith, demand that a conclave to select the next archbishop be held forthwith. Furthermore, they declare that you, Lord Commander, are guilty of patricide and high treason, and that you must surrender yourself at once to receive of the Fury's judgment.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Ridiculous! I mean, do they honestly think that executing Sir Emmerich would change anything? That the truth will somehow die with him?
These fundamentalists rage against the passing of the old ways, unable to accept there can be no going back.
Given the fanciful nature of their demands, a peaceful resolution does not seem likely. If the hostages are to be rescued, it will be by force, I fear.
Agreed. Lucia, take a contingent of knights and establish a perimeter outside the entrance.
At once, Lord Commander.
Hilda, I need your people out in force throughout the Broom. When word spreads of the situation, the friends and family of the hostages may try to take matters into their own hands. I will not give these militants more targets.
A good idea.
I shall lead the assault on the vault. Master Alphino, can I count on the support of the Scions?
Of course.
We are in your debt.
I shall join you as well, Lord Commander.
Your assistance is most welcome, Lord Atwarel. To arms, then, friends. Time is against us.
Alrighty. Let's go finish up this patch. Rendezvous with Emmerich and the Pillars. Ooh, quest battle time. Listen well. We will enter the Basilica silently via this gate. According to our latest reports, there are at least 6 hostages being held within. The numbers and readiness of the true Brothers of the Faith are unknown. I am told one claimed to have served under Thordan VII. Might the same be true of the rest? Given the swiftness with which they seized control of the vault, I think it highly likely, yes. Which means that they may well possess the knowledge required to turn the building's defenses against us. Be that as it may, we have no choice but to press on. Lord Artorel, you are a brave man and true, and none would dare question your honor if you chose not to risk your life in this endeavor. Are you certain you wish to join us? I am no stranger to the battlefield, Sir Emmerich. My arm will not falter, my shield will not break. Halona is my witness, we will bring these fanatics to justice. Well said, my lord. Friends, follow me. Let's do it. Back into the vault. have an actual bread room rotation again. What? Sir Simeonard. None of that, actually. You don't get out of here.
Down with you!
Hey, stop that. Four more hostages to go. Look, y'all don't gotta do this. You could surrender peacefully.
You underestimate me!
Sir Simeonard, lay down your arms and release the hostages and you'll be shown mercy. I give you my word. Ha! The word of a heretic and a kingslayer. I would sooner trust a dragon. Activate the knights. We shall show the hostages the same mercy he showed the archbishop. Bruh. Not cool, my guy. Unlike you, Sir Emmerich, I am a man of honor. By my hand you shall receive of the Fury's judgment. So it is to be a trial, then. Lord Artorel Dragonfruit, leave us and save the hostages. I will deal with Sir Simeonard. Have fun, Emmerich. I am moving as quickly as I can, my guy. I forgot about this quest duty entirely. Y'all got any more of them refugees anywhere? I'm so sorry, Emmerich, if we failed this because I could not locate the dudes. That is entirely on me. Oh, there we go. I am smart. My man! Well, duty failed, I guess. Oh, that's a little rude. We can do this. Next time I just need to not fuck up. Also add starting in about a minute, chat. For next time. Or this time, rather. But alright, you bastards, I'm ready for you. Come here. Come on, open that gate. No alarm sounding. None of that, actually.
Down with you!
Stop that. No hitting the refugee. Let me in. You gotta let me through the gate. Also, very rude of this duty to be like, yeah, here's the bar for Emmerich's vitality, but actually, if any of the refugees die, that also counts as a failure, and we're not going to tell you their health bars initially. Because why would we do that?
You underestimate me!
Skipping that scene, going straight into the next bit. There we go. You stop this. One set. There's another set over there. Where the hell is the third set? I feel like that one's gonna throw me off. None of this. Stop attacking refugees. Very rude. Okay, there are no others nearby. Good to know. We might actually finish this duty this time. How'd that go for you, buddy?
This knight does not yield!
Okay. Looks like we have one more hostage to rescue. Yep. Don't you worry about it. You're safe now, friend. Duty complete? Question mark? Oh, right, this bit.
Where is he? Where is he?
Let's go, Emmerich.
Come no closer! You have nowhere to run. Release the girl and surrender.
Surrender to whom? The blasphemer who throws wide the gates to our enemy? Who breaks bread with him and calls him brother? Ungodly swine! I would sooner die than surrender to you.
Man, fuck off.
Is it godly to spill the blood of an innocent child? To burn the homes of your brothers? Tell me, priest, is that godly?
Do not speak to me of godliness, heathen! Your father's blood is on your hands, as is hers!
Hate that. Not a great face. Or a good time in general. Hey, Vidofnir's back.
What? But I...
Vidofnir!
Well met, knight. Mayhap I chose an inopportune moment?
Nah, girl, you got here just in time.
Not at all. Pray forgive us this most unworthy reception. We are honored to have you with us, and right glad of your aid.
Fortune delivered the child unto me. I had but to receive her.
Thank you for saving me.
Thou art welcome, child.
Never did I think to be indebted to so unexpected a savior. But full glad am I to be so.
Friend of Izel, warrior of warriors, I had hoped to meet with thee. I bear a message from my sire.
Oh. What's Frisfelder got to say?
Upon returning to our lands, Nidhogg's shade did sing unto his brood, and they for skies unknown did then take wing. This thou must know, for your fates are inextricably bound.
What of Estinian? Is he truly lost to us?
Such matters are beyond my ken. I but bear my father's words. Take from them what thou wilt. Fare you well, mortals.
So it is as they say then. A great white dragon swooped down from the heavens to rescue an innocent child.
Yeah, that very much did happen.
A most unexpected turn of events, but not an unwelcome one. The people will not soon forget this day.
We hope.
Yet how will they choose to remember it, Sir Emmerich? And will these events serve to bring man and dragon closer together, or drive a deeper wedge between brothers? After 1,000 years, the world these men once knew is changing, and with ungentle swiftness to boot. Though their actions are misguided, their sentiments are only to be expected. You may be sure that others will rally to their cause. I share your desire for lasting peace with the Jovanians, I do. But I would not see it built on the bones of our countrymen, nor on our own. I see much of Horsefon in you, and I could not bear to mourn the passing of another son.
Oh, buddy.
Lord Edmund.
Also, I learned the other day, I'm blanking on the voice actor's name, but Count Edmund's voice actor also voiced Byron Rossfield in 16. It was his final role. They finished it up with a different actor as well, but his voice is in there, so it's a neat little thing to learn. This has been a day of surprises, has it not? It is but a pity Vidofnir could not stay longer. Yes, I think it's fair to say that she times her departure rather less well than her arrival. Well timed scarcely does it justice, but one moment later would have been a moment too late. Let us pray that the Ishgardians who yet harbor doubt will take these events to heart, and accept the truth of Sir Emmerich's words. Well, 'tis only meet that I inform Tataru of what has occurred here. If you have need of me, I shall be at Forton Manor. Allow me to accompany you. Tataru would never forgive me if I left for the Rising Stones without saying goodbye. A moment, Dragonfruit. I wish a word. Tell me, does Thancred seem quite well to you? He held his own in the vault? That he did, which is especially remarkable given the injury to his eye. I can only assume that his time in the wilderness afforded him ample opportunity to compensate for his impairment. However, I speak not of his physical state, but rather his etheric flow, which I fear has been irreparably disrupted. As a result, I strongly suspect that his ability to manipulate ether has been compromised. Simply put, Thancred may no longer be able to wield magics. It would do much to explain why he chose to remain within the wilderness instead of seeking us out. He would have been compelled to rely solely on traditional methods of travel, significantly prolonging his journey. And when he learned that a nearby beast tribe was making preparations to summon a primal, it may well have seemed more sensible to wait. But this is still little more than speculation. Until I have proof, pray speak no word of it. Right then. I should be on my way. Kryl may have charmed Master Matoya for now, but who can say how long it will last? Speak with Alvino at Bothwell Manor.
That Vidofnir should chance to arrive even as the girl fell. Truly, I could not have planned it better myself.
Ah, good. We were afraid you might have left.
A shield, my lord?
Oh, right.
Fit for a true knight. An expression of our gratitude to you and yours. Long overdue. But there is something else I would discuss ere you part. Something which cannot leave this room. My father will soon step down as head of our house. Sir Emeric was not the only one to fall under suspicion following the death of the Archbishop. There are some who believe my father complicit in a coup d'etat. Thus he intends to renounce his title to absolve our house of suspicion and secure the support of our peers.
Surely there must be another way to convince Houses Durandare and Zamail.
So I said to him. Alas, he will not budge. Ever since I was a child, I knew that I would one day succeed my father. The thought of it filled me with pride. Yet once I learned the day was at hand, my heart was filled with naught but dread. Our legacy is built upon the lies of our forefathers. In accepting this title, am I not perpetuating this injustice? Why should I become the next count?
I mean, good on him for considering this angle. I do not have an answer for you, my guy.
But then I thought of my brother. A knight lives to serve, to aid those in need. When you look on that shield, I trust you will remember his words. And should I once more find my resolve wavering, I ask that you show me the way. You were a sister to Horchefort. Will you be a sister to me as well?
Sure.
Come, Manelaine. There's much to be done. For Father, and for Sir Emmerich, and for Ishgard.
I mean, in fairness, you cannot expect that boy to do much. He's a little useless.
Pray excuse us.
Those were the days of promises and vows, of tentative first steps into an uncertain future. A future shaped by the choices we made, in ways we could never have foreseen. Born of good and evil, of light and darkness, and shepherded by our hand. Be it for weal, or be it for woe.
From the memoirs of Count Edmond de Fortin, Heavensward. As goes light, so goes darkness. Oh. This is thy proof, the Garen Oracles, Apocrypha. It is a truth long forgotten, a tale of the beginning and of the path we've been set upon. Our fates were ordained long ago, Archon. The Garleans are no exception, nor the Triad. You know what must be done. Nobody's there, don't worry. It's Ida! It's McGurley! Well? Everyone has their orders. The masks will attack as soon as all units are in position. The Imperials won't know what hit them. I fear it will be bloody. By Ralgrid, it better be. We cannot stay here forever, Ida. We have other responsibilities. I know full well what my responsibilities are, and I mean to fulfill them, every one. Alrighty. That marks the end of 3.1. So next New Game Plus stream will be going into 3.2 and everything therein, which I think is our first new dungeon of the post-patch content, because we'll be headed into the Anti-Tower, which is a very fun dungeon. Big fan of that one. Anyway, tomorrow we will be back with more Final Fantasy XVI, which I am super, super excited for. I will get the schedule for next week posted up sometime in the next day, either today or tomorrow as well. I'm thinking for Sunday we'll probably be doing more... I'm trying to decide if I want to do more Toho and then open it up to some Guilty Gear viewer matches, or just do Guilty Gear viewer matches. We'll see how I'm feeling. I'll mull it over and figure out what I want to do for that. In any case, let's see who is online that we can toss a raid over to. Oh, okay. Frost is online and they are playing. Oh wait, hold up. Let me see. Who all is? I have so many mutuals online right now. Oh, Huntome is playing Ender Lilies. Okay, we're gonna go raid Ender Lilies because that is what I'm here for today. Let me just make sure that they're still live. Hold up. Have they been going for 16 hours? Is that right? What? That can't be right, right? Let me see. Excuse me. I'm just waiting to see if they're like for realsies online or if they're wrapping up their stream or not, because I don't want to toss y'all into somewhere that's immediately gonna end. Also, let me grab the raid message real quick. Okay. There's our raid message. Does my Twitch app actually want to work and let me watch the person that I'm trying to watch? Come on, Twitch. Okay. It looks like they are still in fact running. So, we're gonna go raid Hanto. And in the meantime, I hope that y'all have a wonderful and relaxing rest of your day, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Take care, everyone.